be September NSC. So we're looking at solving for x. We already done this. If you follow the channel, already done this. Oh, okay, let me do this. Sorry about that. Already done this. What's going on? Already done this one, right? And if you need explanation with that, I can help you. It's not a problem. Just write in the comment section. Today we're dealing with 1.1.3 and we're trying to solve for x, but then this one is an interval. So student makes a mistake of saying they don't know how to do this one, but this one is just an interval. So I'm gonna show you. The first thing that you do, when you get here, you find the roots, meaning you find places where x is equal to 0, right? In this case, we have x minus 4, right? And then x plus 5, right? Is greater or equal to 0. I know it's just 3 marks, so I'm just going to deep dive into it just so that you can understand how you got the answer. Because I can just do it fast because of what I'm looking at and just get the answer. But I'm going to explain further so that those who don't understand how this came about. I understand it's 3 marks, but let me take it down. So I'm going to first put this aside. I want you to put this aside when you calculate, when you're trying to look for x. Put this aside because this is very important. X is greater or equal to 0. I'll tell you why. Now you're looking for the roots. You're looking for where x is equal to 0. Now we know that before this, when you look for roots, you can say x minus 4 is equal to 0 because you are looking for 0. Or x plus 5 is equal to 0, right? Now, what do? You say x is equal to 4 or x is equal to what? 5. Now, these are your roots. These are your roots. What do I mean by your roots? When you have something like a Cartesian plane, but this one is just for x-axis. So you have, I'm sorry about that, this is a minus because we took it to the other side. This is a minus, right? Yeah, this is a minus, you see? It's plus, take it to this side, gives us a minus. Fine. So what do? You have 2 points, right? Because it's this one. We have this, and then we also have this one. Therefore, you have 2 points over -5 and a 4. Now, how do you know which one is greater than or which one is less than? I'm going to help you with that. Remember, I told you to put this greater or equal to 0 aside. Here's the part that helps. When you look for x where it's greater or it's equal to 0. Remember, the first thing that we did was to find where it was equal to 0, and this -5, it's a point where we found out that it was equal to 0. So we already found the equal sign in this situation. We're left with the greater part. So we want to know where is it greater, because we already found the equal part. That's how I like to think of it in a much more simpler way. So you remember, you're then looking forward for greater than, meaning you're looking for positive numbers that are greater than 0. Hear me out. You're looking for numbers that are greater than 0, meaning they are positive numbers. You're not looking for negative, you're looking for positive numbers that are greater than 0. Right. Then we say we're gonna substitute any value on the number line. Right? Let me rub this. We're gonna substitute any value on the number line, right? To check whether that value is positive or negative, or does it give us an x-axis that's positive or negative, né? Or that the x is the x greater than 0 now. Here's what we do. Say, okay, remember we have that one at the top, which was a mistake, x minus 4, x plus 5. Né? So we're gonna say x, let's say maybe we say minus 6. Né? Minus 6 plus, no, is it minus? I think it was minus 4, right? Minus 4. And then we have minus 6 with what? With plus 5. Where if this values gives us, hear me out, if this values gives us a positive number, that means they are greater than what? They are greater than 0, right? And then meaning the interval of x is then has to be greater than for a certain part in the interval. But now let's break down this interval line. Ne? Let's break this interval line into 3 so that what I just said can make sense. I know right now you're shaking there, like what does it mean? Okay, the interval is broken down into 3 parts. Ne? The first part is from here going there. The second part is from let me use a different color so you guys don't get confused. From here, this is the middle one, and then the third one is from here going there. Now stay with me. It's divided into 3 parts, so we are looking for values that are positive. I can remember our x greater than or equal to 0. We're looking for values that are positive, either here, either here, either here. Therefore, we're gonna substitute for the first value. Any values that are less than what? Minus 5. Will they give us positive numbers? In theory, they're supposed to give us positive numbers because we found out that any values that is equal to this point, any values that is equal to this point is already 0. We just have to find out whether is it when that value is greater than 5 or less than 5. Now, we come to this point, we say, okay, let's substitute any values that are less than 5, right? We substituted 6, we say minus 6, minus 6, minus 4, let me do this, minus 6, minus 4, okay, then minus 6 plus 5. What does it give us? Minus 6 minus 4, it gives us minus 10. Minus 10 times here, minus 1. We get what? 10. Therefore, x, okay, let me start on the other side for other student, where x is less or equal to minus 5. Ne? The values are greater or equal to 0. I need you to hear me. Again, we found out that this 10 that we got it from here when we were substituting the x values that were below minus 5. Therefore, when we come back, we say at the interval of x less, which is here, x less than 5 and equal. Remember, we're saying equal because we also found out that when we substitute minus 5, it gives us what? 0. Right? Therefore, that's why we're saying equal. X is equal or less than 5 because at this point, this is our x point and it gives us 5. Right? Therefore, we say at this point here, x is less or equal to minus 5. Right? Those values are greater than 0. Right? So, and then we come back again, we do the same thing here. What do? We substitute. Let me cancel this. You substitute, say, okay, any value that is greater than 4. What is that value? Maybe 5. 5. Yeah? 5 minus 4. 5 plus 5. What does it give us? Here gives me 1. 1 multiplied by what? By 10. Gives me 10. It's also positive. So therefore we say, let me go up a little bit. Therefore we say any value where any x value that is greater or equal to 4, gives us, remember, at the interval of x greater or equal to 4, right? We found 10, meaning the values at that point, they're greater or equal to 0. See, this is the part that is important. If it was less than and we found positive, that means the answer would have been wrong, because that it gives us a wrong interval. Now here's how you write it. You come back and say, okay, we found out that the first one, I'll go in my own order. You say x is less or equal to -5. Right? That's the first interval. That's the first interval, but then that's the first x value. But for us, the reason why this became so long is because we're trying to determine this thing here. See this part here? Where's my pointer now? We're trying to determine this part here. That's the only thing that we took so long to do. We're trying to determine this part, right? Number 2, we say x is greater or equal to 4. That's where we found out that our x values are greater or equal to 0 at this interval. You're not done, right? We have the third one. Here, on the third one, is the interval that's in the middle. See this interval here? Which color? This interval here that we're talking about, this one. This is the interval that we're talking about, to say, okay, in between, if this gives me positive and positive, in here, what does it give me? It gives me x is less than 4, and also x is less than what? -5. Right? It means that from here, going that way, x is greater. Right? And also x is greater to a point where it meets -5. Now, that means you are final. You are done now. You want to say, okay, my x is less than 4. It's also less than what? -5. Let me wrap this. So therefore, let me write this properly. -5 less than x less than 4. Then you're done. So if anyone has a problem with this one, if you guys have questions, how did you get the other part, don't hesitate. Don't hesitate, guys. Text me or write in the comment section there. I'll help you. I'll definitely help you guys. Peace. Don't forget to like and share. Bye bye.